Hi, welcome to Beyond the Map, a podcast about travel, self-discovery, and the beauty found between destinations. I'm Francesca Page, and each week we'll explore the meaningful moments, mindful rituals, and hidden details that make every journey a little more human. If you know me, you know I have spent much of my life chasing the horizon, not just to see the world, but to understand it. I grew up deeply curious about how beauty and culture intertwine, how the way people live, create, and connect tells us who we are collectively. And that curiosity became a calling for me. Over the years, I've worked as a travel and lifestyle journalist, exploring corners of the globe that challenged me and inspired me endlessly, but also introduced me to an incredible plethora of people in travel, sports, the media, and just life in general. From surfing in the south of France to touring Brazil for a music documentary to exploring Mexican ruins for a television show. Every place, every person, every landscape has left an imprint. But somewhere in those journeys, I realized that the real stories, the ones that stayed with me, weren't in the assignments, or my photos or videos or vlogs. They existed in the spaces between destinations. And that is where Beyond the Map was born. It's not about how many stamps live in your passport. It's about how each journey transforms you, how every encounter teaches you something new, and how travel becomes really a mirror for the soul, a lifestyle, if you will. So there was one moment that changed a lot for me. I had just moved to America, one suitcase in hand, fresh off a year working as a journalist documenting extreme sports all over Europe and Canada. I didn't have much of a plan, but I knew my motto: travel to do what you love. And that's where it started for me. It's honestly how I got here. You see, travel's always been in my blood. I grew up between two countries and moved a lot. But it goes beyond the map, and that's the point. It's about why we travel. Something that has evolved in the 20-odd years I have been a journalist. More and more people feel wanderlust, and it is fascinating to watch. The great thing about travel is that it's really part of every single day of our lives and affects everyone. It's unifying. I've been a solo traveler, a traveler in a couple, a single mother traveler, a family traveler, and all the in-betweens. So back to that day. I arrived in the US, and it's a lot like today for me, taking on a journey beyond the map, right here from this studio. What I was searching for, and now I go about again, is the world for stories, connection, and a hope to give advice back that would help those who are looking to start a journey of any sort, any age. To go beyond the map is to step into the unknown willingly. It's leaving space for the magic that can't be planned. It's bravery to slow down when the world tells us you need to be productive, or take a plunge on something that makes you feel more. It's trusting that there's beauty in imperfection and meaning in uncertainty. When I look back, I realize that every time that I have allowed myself to wander without expectation, I've found lessons that feel almost spiritual. Travel humbles us. It strips away illusion, and it teaches us to be students of the world. And that's why this podcast exists. Each week, we'll journey together, sometimes through destinations, sometimes through ideas, innovations, and sometimes right into stillness. We'll talk about how travel intersects with wellness, food, art, family, single life, family life, and most importantly, self. We'll explore how to pack light, not just in luggage, but emotionally. And we'll uncover how to live deeply, curiously, intentionally, wherever you are. The map gets us there. But what happens beyond that, that's where the real story lives. When I created Beyond the Map, I didn't want just another travel and lifestyle show. I wanted a space for mindfulness, for the kind of conversations that happen after the camera is off and the plane has landed. I wanted to explore what travel really does, how it shapes our empathy, how it influences our creativity, and how it reminds us that the world and its people are all interconnected. I believe that beauty isn't superficial. It's an energy. It's in the kindness of strangers, the texture of a handmade object, the taste of authentic food, or the sound of a language that feels foreign, but still somehow familiar. So, this show is about returning to that, to the wonder we lose when we move too quickly, to the awareness that transforms an experience into meaning. Because travel isn't about escapism, it's about awakening. So why do I go beyond the map? Because that's where truth feels the most alive. That's where nature whispers lessons. And that is where we remember that being human is an adventure of its own. Travel isn't my way of leaving life behind. It's my way of stepping more fully into it. And my hope for you as a listener is that this podcast becomes a place of inspiration. Whether you're halfway across the world or simply walking your own neighborhood with new eyes, because every story, every landscape, every journey, every new meeting or interaction can teach us something about who we are if we allow it to. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of Beyond the Map. If this story resonated with you, I would love to hear what Beyond the Map means in your own life. You can follow me on Instagram at Francesca Page Official or email me anytime at msfrancescapage@gmail.com. And if you'd like to follow along, hit subscribe or leave a quick review. It helps this little community grow and keeps our shared curiosity alive. Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Map. And if today's episode brought a little inspiration to your travels or just reminded you to slow down and savor the small things, I'd love for you to follow the show and leave a quick review. Until then, keep packing light, living deeply, and discovering the beauty that exists beyond the map.